There is a melting pot of multicultural dishes here. And hi, Dad.
Yung chicken mong, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm shooting. Hello, my friends. Sure, we've all heard the ghost stories of people being killed and then thrown off somewhere in the desert. But hey, crime can happen anywhere. In this video, I will give you 10 reasons why Saudi Arabia isn't so bad. Number 1, the desert. When you finally touch down Saudi Arabia, you will notice wide, smooth roads, lots of buildings, interesting infrastructures, and lots of lights. Especially if you travel during the nighttime from the airport, which happens most of the time because airplanes fly in here after 12 midnight from almost every country. With that to your surprise, though the cities are pretty much modern, there are miles and miles of the desert blanketing the spaces between cities. Of course, you can see this in the UAE, but if you were coming to Riyadh, there is what they call the Thumama Desert, popularly known as the Red Sands Desert, and another place they call the Edge of the World, which kind of reminds me of an Arabian version of the Cliffs of Moher, but then I will leave that to you to discover further. Number 2, the beaches. Contrary to popular belief, there are a lot of beautiful beaches here in Saudi Arabia, especially in places called Yanbu, Jeddah, and the current place I reside at, Al-Khobar. There are seasides you cannot swim at though, but there is a good number of beaches you can go to take a dip at. Note, there are private beaches here, but if you do find yourself in a public one, I'm sorry girls, you'll have to wear the abaya. Yes, I know. Number 3, the food. The food here is scrumptious. And the number 1 on my list for you to try is shawarma, followed by khabsa, biryani, and roasted chicken in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place. There is a melting pot of multicultural dishes here, from Filipino food to Thai food to Italian food to Japanese food. I do feel sad, however, that there's not a lot of decent Chinese restaurants here. And in my experience so far, 0 Vietnamese. If you're from Al-Khobar and you have heard of any Vietnamese restaurants, please hit me up in the comment section below. I am dying to eat pho. Number 4, the culture. Saudi Arabia is a closed country, and although I personally do not agree with a lot of their really strict practices, it is quite interesting to live amongst the locals, to witness for yourself how they greet each other, how they converse, how they live their lives, and the famous male and female segregation. In the dawn of the new age though, you will find it refreshing to witness the coexistence of the really traditional locals and what I like to call the new breeds, the latter being more outgoing and more open. Number 5, the gold. Saudi gold is highly regarded as one of the best quality gold in the market, from earrings to necklaces to bangles to head ornaments and even belts. Number 6, the cost of living. It isn't expensive to live here in Saudi Arabia. I wish I can tell you that we still did not have tax like the way we used to the previous years. But as of 2018, the government has imposed tax on gasoline, consumable goods, and imported merchandise as well. We do not have income tax though, and I do hope it stays that way. But generally, food is cheap, electricity is cheap, and water is cheap. Number 7, there are no bars, no alcohol, and no nightlife here. Let's face it, a lot of us turn to music to wind down. And because of the lack of these establishments, you get to keep the money for yourself, ultimately saving in the long run. That is, after all, what you're looking to do so anyway, right? Number 8. Although this is not true for everybody, most of the employees here get paid vacations. Enough said. Number 9. Again, this may not be true for everybody, but annual vacations here are either lengthy or generous. We get 30 to 45 days vacation here. For some, more than that. Did I mention we get paid vacations? Number 10. If you are into branded merchandise, the sales here will blow your mind. You can easily afford items here you consider luxury items, especially for a fraction of the cost during sales. There you go, guys. Those are 10 pros to coming to Saudi Arabia. I do have a few more things I can share with you why KSA is A-okay. If you found this informative, hit me a like. If you have any questions or inquiries, let me know in the comment section down below. And I'll see you in my next video.